liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everybody. Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda?
We need to add Ms. Lindy Ellis to the agenda for public comment.
Okay, with that change,
I make a motion, we approve the agenda for June 18th, 2025.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do I have the approval of the minutes for June 4th?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as writ for June 4th, 2025.
Second on that.
Second.
Favor, say aye.
Aye.
Lindy, you're up.
That was fast. Well, I'll take a few minutes. You've noticed the flowers. We got those planted finally. I
Beautiful.
replanted a few of them after it hailed. They're coming back slowly but surely. And thank you for letting us do that and you guys for watering them. Even though I think you haven't had to do that too much because it's rained.
Yeah, the last couple days we have,
Yeah.
but
But thank you for doing that. The real reason I'm here is to remind you about the reunion, which is next weekend, the 28th. We're going to be in the park from 10 to 4. We've got a jumpy house with a water slide and basketball with it. We're going to have some food vendors. Booster Club's having a sand volleyball tournament. There, of course, is access for horseshoes, and we're bringing cornhole and putting up the big tent picnic tables and just spending time in the park for whoever wants to show up for the alumni. And then at 8 to midnight, there'll be a street dance outside the corner bar.
Again, the time at the
10
park?
10 to 4 in
10
the
to 4,
park.
okay.
We do have some food vendors, did I say that?
Yes.
Okay. Ice cream and kettle corn and
All that good healthy stuff.
all that good healthy stuff.
Yes.
Student council's going to sell Italian sodas.
Nice.
Um,
And then the street dance is 8 to midnight?
8 to midnight outside. And is Indra on vacation this month?
She's on vacation this week.
This week. So she will be back next week for
Believe so, yeah.
that.
You
Okay.
should reach out to her,
Yeah.
let her know what's going on.
Okay. I visited with her
Okay.
before, just not recently. So that's all. I just wanted to remind you that that's going on.
Perfect.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you for that.
flowers.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I hope we can.
Mindy, is there a dinner that's here or something?
The banquet is in Fort Laramie at the community center, because this is the Lingle Fort Laramie all-school reunion, so we're going up there to eat and then coming back here. So yes, there is a dinner with that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Anything else?
No,
No,
thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm ready now.
Have a good
Sounds good.
evening.
Thank you, you too.
Mr. Jackson,
hello.
you're
Hi.
up to bat, sir.
Well, we seem like we finally kind of caught up from the storm damage somewhat. We still have some street sweeping to do. Been doing some electrical work, doing some service upgrades. The pool seems to be running okay, knock on wood. But yeah, things are moving along. We're keeping Lucas busy mowing and flowers and all kinds of fun stuff. So now it's kind of just get into our summer groove and keep things looking nice.
I actually had a resident from Torrington comment on how well the town has been cleaned up since the storm,
Well, I
just a
appreciate
couple
that.
days ago.
We
So
appreciate that because it has been
I know,
a struggle.
I know. And I said, thank you very much. I'll let you
Yeah,
know. So
we got through it, but just hope for not another big nasty one like that.
yeah.
Do you have anything on the pool bathrooms yet, or the park bathrooms yet?
We actually, I think tomorrow I'm going to call Bob from Bob's Roofing and see where he's at with things. We just seen him today, but he was busy, we were busy, so we didn't really cross paths. But I'm gonna give him a call tomorrow and see where he's at with things, and we will go from there.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else from Jeremy? Thanks, bud.
Yes, ma'am.
Emily?
The pool's up and running. We're trained. I cannot say thank you enough to Jeremy and Logan, because we wouldn't be doing it without them, quite honestly. They do so many things, and they took care of us, and I know it was a hot mess. And they reassured me that when they say they hate the pool, it's not me. So, we're good. So my summer husbands and I are good to go. But, and the park bathroom's really, I mean, besides that one spot, the inside is fine.
Yeah,
We're
interior.
going, we have lights and everything in there, so it's good. I just cleaned them this afternoon, so, and it seems that people are being a little bit more respectful than we've had in the past in there and don't have quite the messes that I've had to find.
Some wood too, Carl?
Yeah. We are getting a ton of overflow from Torrington right now because it's so cold there. And so we just have been inundated. We've been busy every single day. Guernsey is also only open from 1 to 6 now, so we're getting night swim from Guernsey because parents that work during the day can't take their kids. So that's good. We start our first round of swimming lessons next week. And I didn't realize it was Haven on the Rock week, primary week, so it's not going to be that many. But then after that, we should be pretty booked. Our privates are already booked crazy. So we're good. We're planning an event in the park. I'm hoping maybe like that July. I originally said let's do it the 3rd, and we could do like just a glow swim for like 12 and up. But then I remembered LaGrange does their thing, and I don't want to impede on that. So maybe like the 11th or 12th, we'll try to do like a glow swim or something, or a movie in the park. We'll see how the weather goes with that. But yeah, we are planning an event soon. So otherwise, we hit the ground running, man.
Awesome.
We had to.
We had to.
Any other questions?
Jeremy, thanks for getting rid of those trees around the pool house. That looks a lot better.
Yes, ma'am.
Tabitha, are you speaking for Mr. Casey?
I am. He's in a hayfield. We really don't have anything to report. Business as usual.
Rich?
Same here. The WAM meeting that I attended last week, it was really interesting. I attended quite a few sessions. Probably the one that I really wanted to, and I did, I attended, had to do with the gun repeal. And even at the state level, they still don't have that figured out. I mean, they had speakers and they just basically went back and forth, and they need to get that figured out because they don't even have it figured out at the state level as to what needs to be done statute-wise. So we'll just have to wait to see what they say. I went to a session for a federal funding update, and the same thing there. They don't know what's going on with the funding at the federal level. Basically, they said just sit, wait, hang tight. They know the money's coming, they don't know when. So that's all they really said there. And those are probably the two main ones that I attended. I also went to an EMS one, and they were talking about trying to get funding for EMS and fire departments. I guess they're not considered essential, so that's why they're not funded in the state. So, and they're trying to get that turned around to where, they can get some funding for EMS and fire departments. So, have to wait and see, about that one too. Through economic development, I've volunteered for the 250th anniversary, of America. So I'll be a volunteer on that organization, on that committee. So I'll be helping with that. And we've had a resident want to help with the sponsorship of like a concert in the park. And we're looking at August 12th, I think, is what we're looking at right now. That's subject to change. And what he has said, and his words are, the money that he has wants to do as a sponsorship, it would be to include like local bands. If you want something other than that, then we will have to find
What was that date?
August 12th.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is a Tuesday.
okay.
So if you want to go above and beyond that, then we would have to find more sponsorships. We would be looking in probably the amount of another $3,000 to $4,000 above what he is wanting to sponsor. So that's all I have.
Could I ask why a Tuesday the 12th
Well, I guess.
instead of a
when-
weekend where more
when-
people could attend, maybe?
Well, I guess when they had done like the community, the park, those were always on Wednesdays. I mean, if you want to go to a weekend, we can switch it to a weekend if you
No,
want.
just a question.
Yeah, no, we're open to suggestions. I mean, if you want to go to a weekend, we can.
I had talked to Jess at the bar about coordinating with them and Goshen County Economic Development again, to do something like in the first few weekends of August. The same thing like we did last summer at that night in the park, so I don't know if that's something maybe that person would want to coordinate with us too, to work together.
We can?
Okay, because everybody's kind of July and stuff was busy, and I was like, it'd be a great, like, kickoff back to school weekend, kind of a, like, people always say they miss Harvest Fest, but nobody wants to put the work in to do Harvest Fest. And so, so I just talked to Jess about it last week, about trying to figure something like that out. So. if you-
Or we could do both.
Yeah,
We'd have a Tuesday and then a different weekend
Yeah.
all thing also. Week apart, or whatever.
yeah,
We can
When does
talk
school
about that.
start back up?
The
the
18th.
18th.
Ooh,
So we'll go back to school the 11th. Teachers will start back the 11th. That's why we were thinking maybe like one of the first 2 weekends in August, just to kind of, but it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, we need to all sit down at the table and look at schedules and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so we were kind of already in the works with something like that.
okay.
you already got bands and everything lined up for that date?
He's in the process of looking for them now.
Okay. I was gonna say, if we already do, just keep it and then have a separate one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else for Rich?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay, we have a third reading of our budget. That's the right word. Have a motion for that.
I make a motion for passing of the third reading of ordinance 375 for providing the annual appropriation for the town of Lingle for the fiscal year of July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026.
Second?
And all in favor, say aye.
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 All right, new business, we have liquor license renewals for Corner Bar, Lyra's, and Ty's Pit Stop.
I spoke with the liquor division today, and they looked them over, the applications that I submitted, and everything is good on them. They passed their approval, so they're good with liquor. The applications are approved by the liquor commissioner.
We have a motion to approve these licenses.
I make a motion to approve the liquor license for Corner Bar, Lyra's Restaurant, and Ty's Pit Stop.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Shelley, do you have any council items?
I do not.
Oh, yeah, you can do her.
Jeff?
I have nothing
Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Kathy,
No, sir.
Tabitha,
I'm good, sir.
do you have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
I
We're done. Thank you.